Clarence the Cat.
Oh no, him's a good kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Look at me like you hate me.
There's motor running.
This time you weren't really in a particular mood. You just calm down.
It's Clarence the Holy Cat. He's going to listen to the Bible being read. Where was I?
Hey, I'm just trying to give you some.
Either make the tree good and its fruits good, or else make the tree bad and its fruits bad. For a tree is known by its fruits. Brood of vipers, how can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. A good man out of the good treasure of a good heart brings forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure brings forth evil things. But I say to you, for every idle word men may speak, they will give account of it on the day of judgment. For by your words you will be justified, or by your words you will be condemned. Then some of the scribes and Pharisees answered, saying, Teacher, we went to see a sign from you. But he answered and said to them, An evil and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign will be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. For as Jonah the 3 days and the 3 nights in the belly of the great fish, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh will rise up in the judgment with the generations and condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and indeed a greater than Jonah is here. The queen of the south will rise up in the judgment with the generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and indeed a greater than Solomon is here. An unclean spirit returns. When an unclean spirit goes out of a man, he goes through dry places seeking rest, and finds none. Then he says, I will return to my house from which I came, and when he comes, he finds it empty, swept, and put in order. Then he goes and takes with him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter and dwell there. And the last state of man is worse than the first. So shall it also be with the wicked generation. While he was still talking to the multitudes, behold, his mother and brothers stood outside, seeking to speak him. Then one said to him, Look, your mother and your brothers are standing outside, seeking to speak with you. But he answered and said to the one who told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brothers? And he stretched out his hand toward his disciples and said, There are my mother and brothers, for whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother.
Where are we at?
That was the end of chapter 12 of Matthew. Clarence, say good morning and say goodbye till tomorrow.